Here with women's basketball head coach John Haskins previewing Saturday's matchup against Montevallo, beginning of a short three-game road trip for both the men's and women's basketball team. Coach, let's review last night's game against USC Aiken. Obviously, you guys were coming in on a hot streak, but you learned anything can happen last night.
Well, first of all, short for you, Todd. You don't have to drive 16 hours on a bus to go to Montevallo. But back to your question about Aiken. You know, I told our girls right at the end of practice, I said, we're the same team. Had that ball bounced a quarter of an inch out than it did in. I thought we had a very good effort. We had some breakdowns. We didn't shoot the ball very well, but I thought we really played hard, and we're playing better. I think defensively we're playing much better. Our intensity is very good. You know, the bottom line is just getting the ball to go in the basket.
Now, how much confidence do you get playing that close to a team that comes in 3-1 in the Peach Belt Conference? Obviously, you coming in with coming in with a losing record in the conference is not that much difference between the top teams and you right now.
No, I think if we play well, we can play with any team in the league. And I've told our girls that. When I went down and scouted Aiken Monday, I told our girls there was nothing that they did that convinced me they were better than us. And I felt like, you know, and I told them, I felt like if we had have shot the ball well last night, and made some free throws down the stretch, that we win that game going away. So, you know, there's a fine line between winning and losing, and this league's so competitive night in and night out. You know, you could look at Montevallo and say, well, they're struggling, you know, their record. I don't look at records. I just think in the Peach Belt, you know, if we come ready to play, we're going to have a chance to win every night. If we don't, we're going to have a chance to lose every night.
Let's talk about Montevallo right now. Obviously, you said that they're struggling a little bit, but as Aiken learned last night, struggling teams can sometimes be hungrier than them. Talk about the dangers of going, especially on the road, and going to play a team that's hungry for wins like Montevallo.
Well, those are always tough, you know, where teams that really need a win. You know, I know our team continues to battle and compete, and I feel like every other team will be the same way. You know, they were disadvantaged last night. They played without their leading scorer and struggled to score against Georgia College, only scoring 40 points. But they'll have her back Saturday, and we expect to get you know, a great effort from them, and I expect us to give a great effort.
We're here with assistant coach Eldon Miller, previewing Saturday's matchup at Montevallo. Coach, you've been involved in this business a long time. We get your perspective. We don't always get to hear from you, but what impresses you the most? What has impressed you the most about the fast start in this year's team?
Well, I think you know, Ben's got most of the kids back from last year, but the addition Watts and Cody Hughes has kind of changed the team. Because both are outstanding defenders, and really we've gotten to this point with defense. Ben has done a tremendous job with man-to-man defense this year, and I think that's gotten us to the point we're at now. But we really are kind of a maturing team. Offensively, we're going to have to really improve to do what we want to do, and that's continue to win.
Let's talk about the future aspirations of this team. I know you and I have talked about what this team is capable of. 4-1 start to your season. Obviously, your goals are the same every year, but they seem a lot more realistic this year, especially with your fast start. What does this team has to improve on the rest of the season? What do they have to continue to get better on to ultimately achieve their goal of a conference championship?
Well, there are two areas. Really, the team rebounding is a real concern right now. Montevallo, for instance, in 5-0 league start is averaging 10 more rebounds than their opponents. And they're everybody's favorite to win the league. They probably certainly deserve to be in the position they're in. We're one of those teams that has a chance to get to that level. Team rebounding is a factor. We have to be a little bit more consistent with our ball handling. And probably a little more consistent getting the ball to the guys inside because they shoot such a high percentage. But we've made progress in all those areas. The one concern that I have, and I pick up the stat sheet after Saturday's game at Montevallo, I'm going to see who has the fewest number of turnovers and who has the most rebounds. Those two factors are going to determine the outcome of the game.
Well, let's talk about this Montevallo team. Obviously, a slow start, went to Puerto Rico, dropped all 3 games down there, but they've been heating up ever since. I think they've won 7 or 8 in a row now, and heating up just in time to play one of the better teams of the league in your team.
Well, there's no question. They're a powerful team. These players have been together, most of them, with the 3 perimeter players. 3 of the 4 have been together for 3 years. They're playing together for their 3rd year in a row, and they're really good players. Brown and May and Jackson. And now they've added a 4th who's played since semesters, Orange, who's a transfer, who's equally talented. So they have 4 great perimeter players. Inside, I think they started a little slow with Fields and Slaughter, but Slaughter's averaging 10 rebounds a game or more. Those kids are really coming on. This is a powerful team. This is a team capable of winning a national championship. So it's a great game for us to play. We're going to play at their place with their officials. After a long road trip, I'll be anxious this is an exciting game for us to see what we can do in this situation.
And let's talk about one more question before I let you go. Let's talk about the 6-game homestand, 6-0 on the homestand. Now you go back on the road. Last time, though, your only loss this year was on the road. What kind of things do you have to guard against when going on the road? What changes in the psyche of a student athlete when going on the road?
Well, everybody makes such a big deal about how tough it is to play away from home. If you look at that and you accept that, I think you have a real problem. Everybody has to play away from home. Great teams win on the road. This is an exciting opportunity because this is one of the greatest challenges we've faced in the time I've been here helping Ben out. We see it, I see it, and I think the team does. It's a great opportunity. I think when you have young players like Watts, I think as you get into the second half of the season, it's a little tougher for them. You'll find that that's true because you're now in the Peach Belt. We look at regional rankings, the top 8, I think we might have 5 or 6 of them. So the level of basketball, we're not playing what a lot of people think is Division II basketball. We're playing basketball at a very, very high level when you get into the top 4 or 5 teams in this league, and that's what we face Saturday. But we have to handle the travel. We have to rest. We have to make sure we stretch and get ready to play. And we have to play the first 4 minutes of a game like this. Like, we have to win the first 4 minutes. You have to win the first 4 minutes. You can't have slow starts in games like this.